10 things every software developer should know to stay productive. Software development is a complex and dynamic field. There are an infinite number of things to know, and new advancements in technology happen every day. As a result, it's incredibly easy to get lost or overwhelmed with all the new information that comes at you on a daily basis. In order to stay competitive as a software developer, it's important to be productive, but what does that really mean? This video will explore how being more productive can have a huge impact on your career as a software developer.
What does it mean to be productive as a software developer? Being productive means that a software developer is completing tasks in a fast and efficient manner, while still maintaining a good quality of work, and not having any errors in your work. Quality is always more important than speed. No one wants to work with a developer that does sloppy, inaccurate job after job. A developer who is productive will get things done quickly without sacrificing quality or accuracy. Based on my personal experience, below are some tips to improve your productivity.
Number 1. Write more, delete less. As a developer, one of the main things you focus on is writing code, and there's nothing wrong with this. However, sometimes we get caught up in writing and forget to remove our old code when it's no longer needed. This kind of unnecessary bloat makes finding things later on much harder, because now there is code everywhere, and none of it is clearly documented. Delete what isn't necessary so future developers, or yourself, won't have such a hard time navigating the project. Also, consider writing pseudocode before you actually write any code. This reduces the chances of errors and unnecessary code.
Number 2. Write tests to ensure your code is reliable and repeatable. As a software developer, it's important for you to write tests whenever you make changes to the codebase. This both ensures that new features are working as intended, and also provides documentation about what was changed. When automated testing isn't done before any kind of code review takes place, there isn't anything preventing another developer from adding in more unnecessary bloat because they weren't aware of what was already present. Software should be written for humans first and then computers second.
Number 3. Test-driven development can improve your productivity by allowing you to write cleaner code. Test-driven development become increasingly popular over the last few years, and there is a good reason for this. When you follow the TDD process, you write tests to run automatically against your code before writing any actual code. This means that when you are finished writing the test, your application will work exactly how it was intended to by creating all of the expected conditions.
Number 4. Make use of editors' IDEs to increase productivity. Although not every developer has the same preferences when it comes to what kind of text editor or IDE they would like to use with their projects, some tools can make our lives much easier when writing code. Programmers who often switch between different languages may benefit from using an IDE over a plain text editor because IDEs typically have autocomplete features and advanced syntax highlighting.
Number 5. Make use of syntax extensions to increase productivity. Syntax extensions are plugins made for your text editor or IDE that can make writing code much easier. For example, some syntax extensions may support autocomplete features depending on what kind of language you are using. PHP Storm is a popular IDE with many available autocomplete extensions for PHP, while other IDE-specific extensions can automatically generate project files if you don't want to keep track yourself. Lots of software developers find that the more programmable their text editor is, the more productive they'll be.
Number 6. Keep up-to-date knowledge of programming languages and tools by regularly reading articles, blogs, Stack Overflow posts. As a software developer, it's important for you to keep up-to-date knowledge of the programming languages and tools that you use in order to be more productive in your current and future jobs. If you don't like reading articles on a website, there are also many book titles that can provide useful information such as Python, The Right Way or Clean Code. Additionally, blogs are full of great content if you are looking for something specific. Stack Overflow has revolutionized how people get help with their development problems, so it's good practice for developers to check the site frequently. Just remember not to post unfinished code unless absolutely necessary.
Number 7. Know your tools, but don't let them own you. You learn how to work with a new programming language or framework every day, right? You're always stumbling upon something new that could make you more productive. The trick is learning how to work quickly without getting bogged down in the details of what you are doing. If you are using a technology for the first time, this can be hard since it requires you to take extra time setting up your environment and learning the language syntax. That said, if you already know these things about your required tools, then it will be much faster next time around.
Number 8. Backtrack and keep a note of how long it took you to complete that task. In some cases, it's not your productivity, but it is that you underestimated the time required for a task to be complete. Everybody always thinks they can do tasks faster than they actually can. This may be because we play computer games, visit social media too often, or even just dream about how we would like our software to function. Whatever the reason is, it's important to figure out how long things actually take, so that you can budget your time better. There are 2 ways to do this. Either you note down how much time tasks take when you first start them, or if you know already, backtrack and figure out how long it would have taken. Use timers to keep track of your progress.
Number 9. Overdocument and overcommunicate. When you're in the zone, it can sometimes seem like you don't need to check for typos or mistakes. Some developers might even think that writing good comments is a waste of time and effort. However, making these small improvements can help prevent your colleagues from thinking, "Ugh, I wish they would have commented their code better." You wouldn't want to read an article with misspelling or poor grammar, so why write confusing code? This will help you to prevent having to go back to a previous tasks just to explain the logic behind how it works. If you have been working on a large feature, give smaller updates to your stakeholders. This will not only keep you motivated, but also help you get timely feedback, and avoid having to scrap everything and start fresh.
Number 10. Prioritize tasks appropriately. Sometimes programmers forget about everything else happening around them when they are focusing on one specific task/project at hand. This means that they may not realize how much time they spent doing that one thing until it's too late. To avoid this issue, always keep track of what you're working on and prioritize tasks that are required for other developers to complete their tasks. Either tasks are dependent on your tasks. By finishing such tasks before, you'll be under lesser pressure, and won't be nagged by anyone to get something done.